Foul given, free kick to Eastbourne. Quickly, but it's been stopped by the referee on that occasion. It looks like Robinson will take it. In it goes towards the centre. Oh, it's not reaching the teammate. Well dealt with the drive, but it's high and over the crossbar. Rosaris with the goal kick for the youth. Silva with an accident header down for Keeley, who's chasing it into the penalty area, but comfortably caught by Ravazzoli. Off it goes again from Ravazzoli, away from John. For the first time, he got a second opportunity. Ball up the field. Eastbourne just doing their best now to keep that momentum going. The 15 minutes of this game have been slightly in their favour. They had the goal, but Sutton have come back into it in stages and are just starting to build their own little momentum at this stage of the game.
Playing around quite neatly, actually.
Totally making the point that they have been knocking it around quite well, have Eastbourne. Ultimately, though, they have it may be in front, but still a long way to go in this game. That's foot in there by Robinson, by Welker, I should say. Ferry, Arnold. James leaves it for Ravazzoli to clear. It's not a good clearance. Now Eastbourne, trialist in the midfield. Deflected out off Mason's pass by Robinson, so it's another Sutton throw. He is just holding their nerve at the moment and waiting for the opportunity to crack the Eastbourne back line, who have been resolute up to this point of the first half. And they've deserved their lead, and deserve their lead at this stage of the game. Trialist. Now John. Across to Barden. Lovely through ball now for Silva, who's stuck tight to his man. Comes out to love it. Oops. To the trialist. Ooh, that's gone wide out of play and all the way back to the other trialist. Now Mason. John. That's ball out wide again. It's a great ball. Can they make the most of this Sutton here? Keeley. So Silva, great save by Ravazzoli. Got down very quickly to the snapshot from Silva on that occasion, keeping Eastbourne Borough in the lead. I assume our sound's all right now. Is that right?
Yeah, it's coming through.
All right. Well, those of you who have been waiting for a long time for our sound, I do apologise. I would have liked to mention at the start of the game we had technical difficulties all evening, and we had more when the game started, where sound wasn't coming through to your streams. So in that case, I apologise for that, and we all do here at the SUFCtv team. The sole goal of the game that went in on the 8th minute, you can look back, the 5th minute, sorry, you can look back at it by rewinding the stream, or wait till a certain point at half time, we might be able to show it to you if we can. But you can rewind the stream if you want to see the goal in the 5th minute. It was a good ball by Robinson down the right hand side into the box, and Walker's had a very good one which flicked past the hand of Brizanis and gave the Seasiders the lead. They've pretty much as you've probably been watching, minus my dulcet tones, they have been keeping the pressure on, but Sutton had a couple of good chances. So Silva just now with the shot that was forcing a save out of Ravazzoli. Outside of that, though, it's been a relatively even game despite the scoreline. And we have 19 on the clock. As Arnold knocks it back towards Ravazoli inside his own half. Should expect two different Sutton sides this evening with a lot of trialists making their appearance. Up to 6 are available here for the use. That's obviously looking to see if he can bring some players in, as Walker, who scored the opening goal, just could not find a teammate. Buzanis now flicks it out wide towards Mason. Looks up the field. It looks like Randall's offside. Keeley wants to chase the loose ball, but Rava's only comfortably behind it. It's a slow start to the game so far, but it certainly has been an interesting affair to this point. Off it goes Ravazoli, looking for Whelpdale, the ex-Peterborough midfielder. Been fouled by Barden, and Eastbourne get another free kick. They have a relatively tall team, do Eastbourne. And a lot of them will utilise that advantage from Visa, particularly Dickinson, who has been playing particularly well in this first quarter of the game. In goes a free kick, down into the penalty area, and it's a good header down then by James, but it was dealt with by Buzanis relatively well. Quickly distributed now to Brown. Now Barden is pretty much playing the role on the right hand side alongside Brown. That's flicked on by Keeley, but too far in front of Wayne Brown. Good to see him back again. He did make an appearance last season, this time last year in fact. Around about October, I think it was, when he played in that Hawley Town Cup tie. Ultimately was pretty good that night, but was forced to remain on the sidelines with the injury. So it's good to see him getting a run out tonight. Hopefully he gets a more prolonged effort this season to stay in the team. It's not good possession kept well there by Eastbourne, but Innocent, quite literally his name, Innocent, has cleared the ball away. No foul given on Walker. Show Silver losing possession again. So I just haven't been able to keep the ball in this first half. John looking over the top for Show Silver. And Barden nods it out of play. Eastbourne throw on the far side. Innocent with that throw. It's down the line for Whelpdale. Can't find him, but starting to regain possession here with Randall. Now Jude Mason. Oh, just a momentary lapse of concentration. Did get the ball back though, so it's good to see. Long ball up the field once more for Randall to chase. Not able to reach it. Arnold knocks it forward to Robinson. Again, looking up the fields. Well, they're looking to make the run in there, but the trialists did very well to stop the oncoming rush. And so I'll come up with the ball again. Callum Keeley back to Jude Mason. Louis John. Cross now to the trialist. Both of them are wearing number 6. Interesting situation there. For the record, both the kit, you may have noticed, obviously, the club are not wearing their new kit tonight. That will come later on, hopefully, but they are wearing the previous season's kit. I believe that the new one will come very soon. It has been released, obviously, for communal wear, but yet to be available to Sutton at the moment. It's the first team at the moment, so we'll have to wait and see when they'll get the chance to use it. Barden has got the throw in. Sutton have done well to just keep the pressure on this Eastbourne defence in this first 24. Down line from Barden. Two Eastbourne players went for it. It's fallen here for Brown. Brown looks into the middle. Handball with the cries, but nothing given by Nigel Lugg, who's the man in the middle tonight. And the only good thing that comes of it for the users is the throw in. Jason Goodman practicing as ball boy in the touchline as well. You may not see it in your view, but he's doing something. So Silva. And then the flag goes up on Wayne Brown. 24 minutes gone. It's been an interesting game, as I mentioned. Neither side shying away from the challenge on the field. But more importantly, it is the fact that with the U's trailing, there is a need for them to just start to put the ante up a little bit more. The only effort so far from Show Silva. Charlie Walker's goal on the 5th minute from an extra nice cross by Robinson, keeping the sides apart at this point of the game. Craig Eastbourne, Show Silva making the run. He's taking on the two centre backs all on his own. Ultimately, he wins the corner for his troubles. It's good work there for Show Silva. Dickinson with the last touch. Probably hit the cries of Dean Bizanis, where he's asking his defenders to be as the corners are actually taken. All the big men are in the spot between the penalty area and the 18-yard box. In it goes. Source the near post. It's a lovely clearance away then by Vaughan. Mason is letting that go back. All the way back to Bizanis. Bizanis, another one of the new signings, 29 years old, Australian, formerly Oldham and of Melbourne City, FFA Cup winner in Australia. He's got a decent amount of accolades to his name in that field down in Oz. Only here because his partner, Steph Captain, plays for Arsenal's women's team and has made the jump to England as well. Not only to support her, but also to hopefully keep his own career going, and he's probably picked something out. It's a good place, but John Barnes lost possession to Whelpdale here. Can Luan get there before John does? But John does very well under pressure from the Frenchman to prevent any further error, and Sutton have got away with that there. Very loose pass. Very loose pass then from Barnes, saw Whelpdale in. Worrying times are ahead, are flying for the U's at the moment. Keeler getting away from his man. Can he continue to run? Not on the watch of the Eastbourne midfielder then. Ferry with an excellent challenge. So come again though with Barden. Brown. Trialist in the right centre half tonight. Across to the captain Eastbourne. Gene Mason. He had to get that ball off late. Was under pressure from two Eastbourne midfielders then. Trialist looking up the field. His cross or pass up the field was deflected a little bit. So loose pass then. Barden's picked up the ball for Sutton. So Sutton just skipped ahead and was onside when the ball was played, but couldn't keep it going. However, good pressure coming from the trialists in midfield. However, the Utes are once again on the back foot until then. It's good work from Barden to nod it down for Brown. Ooh, a rough challenge then from Whelpdale, but he got the ball. Sutton have also got throwing. Walker then lumps it out of play. Simply no rest for Sutton at this stage. Not able to build up from the back here as they wish to normally, because as soon as the ball gets into midfield, as you can see, the midfield of Eastbourne seem to suppress them and not allow even an inch for the Sutton mid players to get any sort of attack going. So everything's being worked down the sides at the moment. Show Silva with a flick on, but that's going out of play. .29 on the about to come up on the clock. At the moment, the U's have still got plenty of work to do. Eastbourne leading through Charlie Walker's header in the 5th minute. Just sent a photo of everyone who's in the bar watching the game. And to all of you, hopefully we apologise again for making you wait to hear our voices and the true noises of everyone on the field. Hopefully you're doing well. Here come Eastbourne again though here, trying to create something. But the Charlottes once again gets the big foot in. It's done very well so far. Ferry that time making the build-up play, but the U's come forward once more until I believe a shove in the back by Vaughan. I don't know, I'm not having it. So they'll get the free kick. Half an hour on the clock. In it goes. Really done with the initial flick on. A shot being pulled in the penalty area. And how the referee hasn't decided to give anything there is a total mystery. But alas, it's been completely ignored. And the game continues. Interesting decision then. They're looking to progress, but it's gone out of play. Innocent with the throw-in. Whelpdale. Ferry. Vaughan. Robinson to set up the opening goal. Ball over the top for just a bit over the top of the Frenchman's head. Comes back from Johnson's try this in midfield. Eastman out wide now to Barden. Barden always likes that run, but he's touched just a little bit too far in front. And the assistant referee, I think the referee hesitated to give the foul on that occasion, but his assistant flagged on the far side and has opted to give the free kick. Look at the bench there. Sutton's bench as always. Messrs Gray, Goodliff and Collins are present. Obviously, if you are aware, Mr. Captain Fantastic, Jamie Collins, is working on the underground nowadays, but does come back to Sutton to play the ambassadorial role for the first team. Try to give them a hand or two and support them through their tough times during the season. Well dealt with an effort from considerably far out, but it's gone out for I believe a throw-in. Yes, it has. It wasn't. As to say the least, he has scored some good goals in the past, but on that occasion, I think he was probably hoping for some more lofty ambitions then. Mason with the throw-in. Flicked on by Show Silva. Valada innocent, knocking it forward, but the try is intercepted in midfield. Brown sees Keeley's run. Dickinson seems to have the legs on him, however, and has skipped ahead. Gets it back to Ravazzoli. High foot then, referee's not giving anything. Brown doing his best to keep it within legal means. Luer now for Eastbourne. He's getting support down this near side, down that far side and the near side, but ultimately it's gone out of play. 13 minutes to half time. Foul in the back on that occasion on Luer by the trialist in the centre half position. And it's a free kick to Eastbourne. You could just like, I think you can't see it on the shot of your camera, but the other 11 for the second half are just going through their paces at this stage of the game. As I mentioned earlier, there'll be two different 11s in this game tonight. Eastbourne with a free kick down deep into in the middle, cleared away by John. Keeley, it's got a scuffed clearance then. Walker underneath it, gets it back towards Volado Innocent. Now it's Ferry. Nice chip across the field. That won't make it though to Robinson on this near side, and it's up for another throw-in. So just pretty much has been kept in their own half in this first half. So, do you think you do have to hope that the second 11 in the second half of the game can make a difference? Keeley getting the better of Ferry on that occasion. Brown chases this one. Has got Ronaldo Innocent, number 3, chasing him down. Tries to feed in Keeley, but Dickinson once again gets a foot on it and clears that one out for a throw-in. Charlie Walker's goal in the 5th minute, the only difference between the sides in this pre-season friendly. First one of 6 that we'll hope to bring you here on SUFCtv. Brown. Ball into the middle for Show Silver, too high for him. Nodded away by Arnold. Robertson back there to support, and Arnold sends out the field. Walker there to put some pressure on. John has nodded it down, but straight to Greg Luer. Now Robinson. Robinson trying to get away from one. Sees the Randall coming back to challenge him, but calmly knocks it back away from him. Ronaldo Innocent. Weltdale. Building up another decent attack here are the Seasiders. Weltdale into the middle. Ooh, Mason missed it then. And it almost fell to Arnold in the penalty area. The fullback marauding up the field. Sutton have escaped with it for now. Now Wayne Brown. Sutton having just, I think Matt now just asking to keep it calm at this stage of the game and not give the fans too much to worry about. I hope they're not worried at this stage again. There's still plenty to go. Just seeing a shape by both sides. Rosales asking for his players to press up higher. Nodded up into the air by Jones. Trilist shows Silva. Silva putting the pressure on again, but the Trilist will chase this one down. Getting the better of Vaughan on that occasion. He's lost the ball back to Weltdale. Robinson into the middle for Charlie Walker. And then thumped out of play by Brown, but more or less played it into the space for a throw in a more favourable position for Eastbourne. Less than 10 minutes to go to half time. Arnold with the throw-in. Finds Luer. Oh, it's just behind Arnold on the cutback then. Keeley tries to get Randall running. It's good work then by Vaughan. Even better work. He's won it again as Vaughan here. Velardo Innocent. Well, there with the cross. Into the middle. Mason underneath it. Gets it away. Fouled once more by Arnold, and then the flick on by the left isn't finding a blue shirt. Keeley has 2 for company. Needs to find a nib man. He finds Randall. Randall, oh, he's charging forward. Can he get ahead of James? He can't. Trilist. To the other Trilist. Barden. Wayne Brown. Every time the two tries pass the ball to each other, I have an urge to say their name, but I'm not allowed to. So, if you're wondering why I keep saying Trilist, I've been sworn to secrecy. And I will have my head chopped off if I do say their names.
Don't reverse Google image search.
Don't reverse Google search, Mr. Board says. I will hold you to account on that one. Louis John here for Sutton. Looks up the field for Keeley. Nodded away by James. Arnold wants to keep it in, and he does. It's good. It's been a good half for Eastbourne so far. Trilist nods it forward for Eastman. Nice ball towards Brown. He needs to find another amber shirt. Cameron Duggan calling the pass before it even happens. This Cameron, another one of our famed commentators. He called Tommy Wright Connor Wright last season. I will name and shame him. He has not lived it down.
And it was the best commentating
And
moment of the season.
it was pretty much, I would agree with you, it was the best moment of commentary noted in the whole of the 1920 season. Tommy Wright scores a banging goal. He gives his whole first name wrong.
Out comes your Irish.
And he's Irish, and he is naturally Irish, so he goes he goes leprechaun for the 2 or 3 minutes after the goal goes in. That was the Harrogate game as well, if I remember correctly. So, there we go. That was one of Sutton's good wins of the season. I had someone get the name of the goal scorer wrong. It tends to happen from time to time. I'm guilty of that as well, by the way, so don't mind me. Mine's less funny though, unfortunately. Sutton have a throw-in. Barden into space for Show Silver. Tries to win a free kick and gets one. Didn't look a little soft, but alas, the big number 7 for Sutton has won the free kick. It's now a choice of whether he'll go direct or whether it will be chipped into the penalty area. By the way, the 2 centre halves are going in, and Show Silver joining the fray. Does seem as if the idea is to get everyone involved in this free kick. Randall, right hand side, right footed, is outswinger, into the middle, Show Silver up into the air, tries to get a head on it. Foul given, I'm afraid. That one was a little bit reckless by, I believe it was Eastbourne on that occasion. And it's a free kick to Eastbourne as we come up to the final 5 minutes of the first half. We would normally be doing these pre-season games in late July, early August, but we are in early September this year. And well, it's ridiculously dark now. I'm not used to doing this at this time of the year, but the season now pretty much right in our faces, or touching distance if you want. Gonna have to get used to these dark nights. Barden's seen this one out of play. Ravazoli's kick wasn't particularly good. Didn't find a blue shirt. Luer. Rappel getting stuck in again, and has won the throw in for home side, or the away side. Wallardo innocent with the throw in. And Sutton doing their job and win the ball back. 3.5 minutes to go to half time. Or for you guys it's a little different because the clock's a little bit behind the scoreboard clock, but that's okay. Trias nods it up into the air. Played upfield, Mason trying to read the pass. He's got pressure from Robinson, forced to knock it out of play. But struggling still with Robinson, Mason's done alright, handled the pressure well. Luer. Arnold, back to Luer. Sees Arnold making the overlapping run, drives it into the middle low, but on that occasion, John sharp again. Eastbourne not letting up in this late stages of the first half. That's ball into space for Luer. Tries to shoot. Lovely block then from the trialist, who saw the danger and galloped across to stop the Frenchman from getting the shot away. No ball boys or ball girls. So as you may have seen with Premier League matches and all that nonsense, we are having coaching staff clean the balls or pass them from the dugouts to keep the game going. Here's hoping none of them land on the mound, that is. Robinson into the middle, threat at the back post, collision then by Barden and Buzanis, but the Australian keeper getting there in the end. Yeah, he should have probably destined for. As was destined for Buzanis, could have called it. Ultimately, he didn't, and Barden, late to the call, didn't see it coming. Someone leaned over the fence. See how? Yeah. He's decided, screw that, I don't want to wait for the ball to come over here.
Somebody called out Hey Jude, because he just thought they were singing.
Let me just get into the stands. Hey Jude. Yeah, it's supposed to be professional, by the way. John, That pass will just make it to Barden. It's cut inside nicely. Oh, Keeley with the run, but he's not able to feed it into feet. And although the run was well covered, the ball was exquisite there from Barden. A bit more of that direct play may make a difference in the second half for Sutton. Charles wins the header. Charlie Walker not afraid to take him on though. And it's good working out from the Charles to knock it forward, but ultimately rolled out of play. Coming up to half time. Eastbourne have been in front since the 5th minute through a lovely header from Charlie Walker. There is Walker, but Eastbourne getting a big foot in. Pressure keeps on coming from the shirts in blues. Good lob over the top by Whelpdale, where sees the loose ball, but the danger once again quelled by the trialist in the centre half position. Teams will change at half time, so we have a completely different 11 in the second half. Whelpdale. Follardo innocent, skipped past Barden and Brown, and he gets a corner, but that won't be taken, and that's the end of the first half. Ultimately, despite the delay, Sutton haven't had the best of halves as Eastbourne take the lead through. Charlie Walker's gone in the 5th minute, and it hasn't been the most glittering of performances by the youth. They had a chance through Show Silver, who almost had an absolutely brilliant effort, well saved by Ravazzoli. Ultimately, however, hasn't been the most entertaining half, and Sutton are behind by that solitary goal to nil. Obviously, as I mentioned, both sides will be switched. Will switch about in the second half. In the meantime, though, those of you at the bar, hopefully you're enjoying your drinks or trying to enjoy your drinks, I hope, as we wait for the second half to begin. But my job now is to do a bit of plugging. We've just seen Matt Gray there in the penalty area, and some of the players are getting a talking to. Let's have a gander over here, shall we? So, some cheap plugging now. Those of you who are watching us now or here will be keen to want to know more about our initiative to try and bring some more awareness to the club. Obviously, the coronavirus pandemic hasn't helped in our proceedings this year, so the United We Stand programme was brought out by our good man Adrian Barry, AB for short, to plead to fans or people of plenty to give what you can to help Sutton get back to the football that we all know and love. Without you fans here, it's not the same. It's quite a dead atmosphere here tonight. But one thing's for certain, we'd like you to give what you can, help us in getting Sutton United's lovely Halls ground back to normal in the near future. And who knows, it may help in bringing a player in or two. You never know. But your job is simple. Head on to the Sutton United website and look for United We Stand, and then you can contribute whatever you like. It's not set at the amounts that I'm showing you right now, but it also allows you, because thanks to the background, it doesn't look too good, but it also gives you a little price that you may add to it. No matter how small your contribution may be, anything will help. We're also pushing to get up to 500 contributors, so if you can help us do that, we would really appreciate it. So head on to SUFCtv.com, you get to the United We Stand tab, and contribute what you wish. There are some prizes, of course. There's things you can win if you contribute. It's a bit like the Strikers Are Key thing, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. The prizes include, if I just scroll down to that. So it's a brand new 2020-21 design home and away shirt. So one of each for 2 lucky winners. Watch the match from where I am right now in the TV gantry with everyone. Our little enclosure. We tried to find a 5-star service, but I don't think we can do that over here with the coronavirus, of course. But you could join me up here on a match day during the National League season and help me commentate on the game. Give me your thoughts and express your feelings about Sutton United and whoever we play on that day, and tell us your experiences too. Anything like that. We'll try and make it fun for you. And it's great up here. I would say it's the best prize out of all of them. Let's see, what else have we got? Matchday ball sponsorship and boardroom hospitality for 2 at a game of your choice. So you can go into the lavish vice president's room or the members club to spend time and enjoy the lovely hospitality that is delivered at Sutton United. We have really got some of the finest people doing wonderful things to give you the best hospitality here at Gander Green Lane. So I urge you, if you do win that, do enjoy it. It's brilliant. You even get access to meet the team before the game, I believe. So that's a perk there too. And finally, watch a team training session as they prepare for a National League fixture, and enjoy lunch at the club afterwards with Matt Gray and Jason Goodliff. So Messrs Goodliff and Matt and Gray will be present and correct on a training session. You're happy to come down if you win this prize, that is. You're invited to come down, have a watch of the players doing what they're doing best. A bit like what they're doing right now. We'll show you what they're going to do in a second. But a bit like what they're doing right now, setting up as they set up for the second half. And just, see how they train, how they act. They're different characters when they train compared to how they are on a match day. So I would urge you, if you win that prize too, that would be great. That'd be a great thing for everyone to come and enjoy and watch. I mean, I hope I've done my best to sell it to you. But that's just the prize on offer. There's also a limited edition pin badge. That will come from the club office in about 3 days from now. So you can have them brought from the club at any of our home games from the members in the members club room right now, or in the bar, or you can or you can be posted to your house at your leisure. £3, I believe it costs. £3, I believe, for postage and packaging for your contributions. So if any of that would be greatly appreciated, but it would help if you could contribute what you can to keep us going through these difficult times. We've all had it hard this year, but one thing's for sure, the more we contribute, the better chances we have to be able to bring you more things like this in the future. And hopefully get a better laptop for our streams. That's something I would like, to be honest.
That's alright, as long as we've got the right key in there, you're right.
Dear, oh dear. So, let's just cut back to the live feed. You're now looking at the second 11 being put through their paces by Jason Goodliff. Scoreline on the top left of your screen is still 1-0 Eastbourne. The game hasn't restarted yet, sadly. So we'll get that out of the way. You see Matt Gray on the far side, just giving the other 11 who played the first half the warm down drill. So two different sorts of warms up and two different sets of warming up and warming down taking place. Just to keep the legs ticking over for each side. Haven't seen the goals from the other games yet, so let's have a look at the Nations League, shall we, to kill some time. Shouldn't really, but it's not all my job as a commentator. I've got to tell you what else is going on. Pretty boring in some areas, but yeah. Nations League in the big league, the big one with all the big nations and all that rubbish. Belgium are beating Iceland by 2 goals to 1. Denmark are drawing 0-0 with England. Let's not say anything about that. In the rematch of the World Cup final from 2 years ago, Croatia, who led, are now 2-1 down at half time to France, and Sweden are losing at home to Portugal by 1-0. In League C, which is from smaller nations, Cyprus are losing 1-0 to Azerbaijan, and Luxembourg are drawing 0-0 with Montenegro. In the other group in League C, you have Armenia 2 goals up against Estonia at the end, and Georgia drawing with Macedonia by one each in their match. And in the lower ranked divisions, but still competitive, Liechtenstein are beating San Marino by 2 goals to 0. The EFL Trophy, the group stages are taking place for that tonight. Pick out some notable score lines from that. Portsmouth 2 goals up against Colchester with 10 minutes to go in that game. Let's see, Bolton drew with Crewe by 2 each. I'll draw in, sorry, 2-2 with Crewe. See what else we can pick out. Exeter have beaten Forest Green 3-2. Some big news going to Forest Green today as well. Hector Bellerin taking a huge chunk of the shares of that club. So some big news there for the ex-National League side. Should be an interesting watch. See what he does over there. Luton and Burton having a nice 3-3 in their game as well, which, as I mentioned earlier, is one of Chris Lockdale's former sides. And a long spell there, a best part of over 120 plus games for them. But fair few more than 30 as well. Goals in his career. Peterborough. So promoted with them in 2011 when they went to Old Trafford and beat Stevenage that day. Stevenage? No, it was it escapes me who they played in that playoff final. But the Craig McCall-Smith and Craig McCall-Smith and Grant McCann scored that day. So I only remember them scoring. I can't remember who they scored against.
Fair enough. That's cool. Cheers, though.
So, as we can see, the second 11 for Sutton United are heading back to the touchline, about to strip off and get into their shirts for the second half. Referees are present and correct. Just waiting for Eastbourne's second 11 to be ready for the second half. They're just going through their last drills before the start of the second half. Still another 45 to go. The referees make their way back out onto the field.
Just about cover it. Maybe. I don't know, extra time.
Extra
More
time,
breaks.
penalties.
Yeah.
There will be no extra time or penalties. Otherwise, we'd be suffering here all night long.
Suffering?
Some of us
We
have
haven't
been
had football
here.
in ages.
Some of us have been here for 5 hours. James, man. Trying to set as much of the stuff up as possible. I'm mainly out of excitement because I can't be able to stay in my house today. So the second starting 11 are making their way onto the field. You get to see a completely different 11. We have 4 trialists in the side, so my job having 2 trialists in the first half wasn't easy. This one will be just a bit more difficult. 2 more to call out on the field. So there's the second 11 for Sutton on their way out now. We'll have a different keeper, a different right back, and a different striker, surprise, surprise. Partner it with the Lebanese international Omar Bouguil. Referee just asking for Eastbourne to be ready for the second half, as Sutton are just about ready. We are waiting for the goalkeeper, because there are 10 outfield players, but no keeper. might see a different formation as well, I believe.
Same Eastbourne too.
Hey?
It's the same Eastbourne too.
Yeah, we're the only one with different
11. So, the other 11 for Sutton is as follows, as Eastbourne return with their unchanged 11 from the first half. They will make substitutions in the second, obviously, to cater to players who need a rest or two. But the team is as follows. It's a trialist in goal and a trialist at right back. Then you have Goodliff, Rowe, Wyatt, Ajiboye, Davis, Beautyman, another trialist, and then Bagil and another trialist up front in the second half. So 4 different trialists to call. If my job wasn't difficult enough as it was today, it doesn't get any much easier in the second half. The same 11 for Eastbourne is out on the field. Their team is as follows, as it was from the beginning. Ravazoli in goal. They have Arnold James, Dickinson, Volado, Innocent as a back 4. Robinson, Vaughan, Ferry and Whelpdale, and then Walker and Luer up front. It's Walker's goal that keeps the two sides separated from the first half. Go long again to Eastbourne to try and rattle the defence of Sutton again. A completely different one this time. More or less a stronger 11, I would say. But they try this goalkeeper is the one who gets it back. Bagil, upended then by Dickinson. Free kick to Sutton. So, here comes the free kick. Captain Beautyman, top scorer last season, 17 goals. Man didn't stop scoring. Has made it clear he wants to get that 20 this year. Can he create something from this free kick? It's a good ball into the middle. Oh, it's headed on by the other trialist. Ultimately, just a little wide of that far post. Ravazoli, the goalkeeper, will take this goal kick. Up it goes from Ravazoli. Headed forward, or more or less backwards by Walker. Wyatt with pressure coming. Ajiboye on the run. Will he get there? Ultimately not. Sorry, not Ajiboye, I must say the other trialist on the left hand side. It's gone out of play. So just to reiterate, Ajiboye is always on the right hand side. There's a trialist on the left. And then you have Bagil and 2 strikers up front. Bagil and the other striker up front. Is it laptop camera I have to stand in front of?
Huh?
Stand in front of this one?
Huh?
Do I have to stand in front of this one?
Yeah, because it's coming through there.
Davis. The other trialist on that left hand side. Oh, he's lost possession there. One back by the number 12, which is Kendall, who's come on in the second half. It's a lovely ball, and now trialist number whatever plays it into the middle, looking for Bagil far post. Lovely challenge. It's a brilliant challenge then by James, who read that danger, was well positioned, and simply got a big foot in and cleared that away. Sutton at that moment there, showing the sort of potency that saw them score many goals last season. More of that will be needed in this second half for sure, the way the game is going. Beautiful with the corner, towards the near post, missed everybody. Chased down by one of the trialists, so he plays to another trialist. Now Ajiboye, someone's name I can say. Still Ajiboye, tries to skip in towards Beautyman. Beautyman doing his level best to skip away from Volado Innocent, but he's managed to win a corner for his troubles. Quickly taken by Visa towards Ajiboye now. Creeps into the penalty area, towards the centre and away for another corner. Baldwin has cleared the fence now. didn't think he needed to clear that. It's already out of play. Now we need another ball. So have a corner, near side here. Just about coming up to the 5th minute of the second half. It's been a good start from the U's in this pre-season friendly in this second half. Ball into the middle. Oh, it's a great save by Ravazzoli. Goodness, header power as it was stopped well by the Argentine keeper. Eventually, the counter attack from Eastbourne doesn't come to any use, and Charles inside the penalty area for Sutton grabs with ease. You're trying to win the header. Comes down for the other trialists. Aji there to support. The flag stays down on the trialist. Into the middle. Oh, and Fugil was lurking then. But it was a terrific challenge by Vaughan to deflect that one away from the big number 9 for Sutton. On that occasion, he would have. The trialist, right back, will take the throw in. Fugil with a flick on. Brought down by the other trialist from the left wing. Out wide to Ajiboye. Ajiboye into the middle, too high for the man chasing that one down in the penalty area. Sutton have to start again. This will be an Eastbourne throw, however. So just have to hold their composure here and find a way to bring this game back in their favour. They started the second half relatively well, but just have not been able to sustain that level of pressure. Kendall for Eastbourne. Arnold looking long now for Robinson to chase. Good lift there to cover. Has done well to usher that one out of play for Sutton. Nice goal kick to the home side. Goal kick taken by the trialist goalkeeper. Well dealt with the header forward. Good lift, aware of the danger, has it back. Good lift, had a good amount of involvement in the goals last season. Was it 4 goals last year? Did very well in front of goal. Certainly been an asset this season. It's a great run here by Robinson, who goes for goal. And it's just wide. That was a very, very bit of lovely skill. Showed some nice feet there. Got away from both Wyatt and the trialist from the left winger who's the trialist, and he's managed to get the shot away on that occasion. Player down for Eastbourne here as we wait for the goal kick to be taken. I believe it's Arnold who's taken a knock. No, it is Vaughan who's taken the knock. So he's come off now. And his replacement is, should work out the number. Work out who came on for Vaughan in just a moment, but he has slotted in at right back. Well, Dale, that's number 14. So it is Blackmore who's filled in for Arnold. So Arnold off, Blackmore on for Eastbourne. The 55th minute, they are still leading by 1-0. It's a free kick to Sutton here. Davis to take that free kick. The big centre halves and attacking options are there once again for Sutton. Got the usual 2 in Ajiboye and Eastman lurking on the edge of the area. Davis sends it into the mixer. Ravazzoli comfortably behind it. Sending that one up the field. Wyatt sees if he can bring it down. Ultimately he can, but he can't find a teammate. Blackwell sticking a foot in, has gone in quite late on the try list there. Free kick has been given to the U's. Eastbourne with a quick free kick for Bugil. Brought down well by Omar Bugil then, but could not keep it in play, sadly. Sure, Danny Blaw's got plenty of food for thought with his team's performance tonight. He's been resolute and strong. Haven't allowed too much from Sutton in ways of an attacking threat. One thing for sure tonight, they are learning a lot about their side, as is Matt with his, seeing where they are with fitness and where they can improve before Saturday's game against Haringey Borough. Ajiboye, Peterman, man on behind him, we put pressure on, has knocked it back. Ex-Haringey player, Kirby Rowe, going back to his old stomping ground on Saturday. A brilliant ball out wide towards Ajiboye. He's now advanced towards the penalty area. Ajiboye into the centre. Bugil, it was taken away from him by the try list. That's a cruel moment for Bugil on that occasion. Sutton having made such a brilliant build-up, not able to make the most of it. Can they continue it, however? Davis into the middle, away by Dickinson once more. Wyatt tries to keep it alive. Pressure certainly getting more intensified from the U's now. Davis to the try list, tries to support it back to Bugil, but he's asking for a free kick on that occasion, and it hasn't reached him. Cruel luck there for Sutton. Bugil now comes in from behind on Ferry. Referee may have to talk to him. That's the second time he's committed a foul in this first half. He will have to be careful. Now, in fact, the referee's asking for him to talk to him. Nigel Lowell is not pleased with the two challenges he's committed. The second one more or less more rash than the other. Is he going to, I take it, he is going to remind him he is only a friendly. Yes, he is. And just relax a little bit. He's got, just hold yourself a little bit. You don't need to put the stress meter anymore. I believe you do get suspended for league games if you get sent off in friendlies. Luer chests it down nicely. It's good defending, but a corner to Eastbourne by the try list. Came off him last. He did well though to stick a foot in, preventing any further advancement from Luer on that occasion. Coming up to the hour mark. Still 1-0 to Eastbourne. Tony Walker scoring a great header. Some of the more classic diving headers that you would see in a game. Splits the two sides. Corner in towards the near post. Cleared away by Bugil. The try striker is fouled by Volara Innocence, and it's a free kick to Sutton. Naturally, normally that's a yellow card, but again, it's only a friendly. And another change is coming now for Eastbourne Borough in the second half. Matt Gray obviously not opting to make substitutions. He's only doing more or less a sighter in terms of the players he's picked. So he's already switched one 11 in the first half to another 11 for the second. That change is for Eastbourne was for Robinson to come off, and coming on in his place is, I'm just working out, is Gravata, I think it is. Yeah, Gravata. Leon Gravata. So Robinson off, Leon Gravata on. Long ball up the field. Trias is offside. Lange is up, and we'll have to start again. Half an hour to go. So it's got a feel of, it's got that feel of a league game. This it made Sutton not really out of it, but they're struggling to create the sort of chances they had created in the first 5 minutes of the second half. Yes, it is a different 11, I know, but you have to take into account they are doing their level best to progress this relatively young team with the old experienced 10 or 2 back to match fitness. So it's not a defeat. If this doesn't go the way of Sutton wish, it shouldn't be taken too much, too seriously. Just the learning curve as they don't have as many home games this year. There's only this one and Dulwich at home. Before 4 away games: Haringey, Hampton and Richmond, St Albans and Dorking in this pre-season period. Miguel had his arms locked in there. That's good work in the end by Blackmore to clear it out of play. Ferry doing his level best to keep the move going. Walker. Ronaldo innocent, brought down by Bugil. And another free kick has been given to Eastbourne Borough. Half an hour to go. Sutton just needs to get their act together here in the second half. Referee came off the referee last. They've got to take it again. This time a little bit more organised. More or less an attempt of putting this one into the box from Eastbourne. Ferry will play it short to Whelpdale, who goes for goal, blocked by one of the trialists. McGill tries to advance it forward and does. 2 trialists now attacking up the field with Andrew Boy on this near side. So much pace available, but a wonderful challenge then by Ronaldo Innocent, who kept up stride for stride with the attacking prowess that Sutton possessed on that occasion. Pressure still comes. One trialist tries to keep it going for the other, but it has gone out for another throw-in. A lot of pace in that attack there. Andrew Boy and the 2 trialists literally scalloping up the field. Unfortunately, they're not able to create the opportunity that was desired on that occasion. Food for thought, I think. Ajiboye, can't keep it in. So I'll play for a throw into Eastbourne. Ronaldo innocent with the throw-in. Walker. Ferry. That's ball out wide. Kendall making the run. Trying this at right back, doing his job, holding it up well. Good lift. Going long once more. Finds the other trialist whose first touch hasn't helped him. It's been brought down now for Ronaldo innocent. Ferry using possession again to the right back, but Davis not able to retain the ball. Nice ball from Gravato. Not a very nice ball at all. Gravato's ball wide of the mark of where, particularly as he was aiming for Luer, who's now switched to the right hand side. Yeah, the idea was good. And yes, Cameron makes a point to me as he's filming the game for us. Give credit to everyone who's here doing the job. It's not easy social distancing and trying to convey your information. But Walker's gone for goal. Wide of the mark on that occasion. He did have a go. Yeah, just see that Eastbourne are not letting up, are continuing to put the pressure on. They look to prepare yet another change, I think. I believe there's a substitute just getting ready. Number 20 is actually getting ready, and that is Falarin, who's coming on. Manny Falarin is getting prepared. He just wants to see what Danny Bloor, the Eastbourne manager, does. See if he wants to make a change. Kendall and Blackmore trying to get the pass away between Bugil, who gives away another throw-in. Dickinson. Ronaldo innocent. Sort of Gravata being drugged then by the right back up, trialist right back, free throw to Eastbourne. Good work then by the... It's a good tackle by Pepe. Some expletives then from Mr. Goodliff. Do apologise if you hear them. I don't like doing it, but you have to. We are professional here. We have to be professional here. I don't mind. It's the passion of a player. They are doing their best to convey a message. Walker coming out wide now towards Blackmore. Luer looks into the middle and is deflected, so a corner for Eastbourne. It's definitely been a relatively good performance from them tonight. The start of 66 minutes gone in this game. You still have work to do, but Eastbourne don't seem to be letting up. Gravata's corner towards the back post. Rowe chases Kendall to try and force an error, but he hasn't done so. That's one over the top of Rowe now for Kendall. Good feet by Kendall, but he's lost possession. Ooh, late challenge there. Will the referee? Yes, he has. He's blown it. Had to blow for it. Here comes the change. Folarin on his way, coming onto the field. His replacement shall be... Yeah, it looks like James. Yes, James is coming off. Stephen James, number 6, is off. On is his replacement, Manny Folarin. Looks like Folarin will slot in at centre back. Yep, there we are. It looks like the idea here from Blois is to match the pace of the Sutton attack now, and see if he can add a man with the extra yard or two alongside him. There he is now, Folarin. Now Blackmore. Whelpdale. Dickinson stretched for it. Pressure coming from the trialist striker. And now Ajiboye tries to suppress Falado Innocent. Gravata for Eastbourne. Some good tackle there by the right back once again. Falado Innocent with a throw in. Gill doing very well to win the ball back here for Sutton. Dickinson knocks that one out of play. Right back throwing the ball into play. Here is Kobe Rowe. 22 minutes to go. Not particularly convincing clearance by Blackmore then. Charles keeps it alive for Sutton. Nutmegs Blackmore. Lovely work there. Beautyman. That was a lovely bit of skill. Good lift. Marauding forward. Over the top, but the runs that were on just could not reach either of them. And it's gone out of play for another goal kick. It's been almost a relatively comfortable evening for Frank Karavitzoli in the goal tonight for Eastbourne Borough. Ravazzoli with the clearance. Look up the field. Foul by Rowe on Walker, who stays down for a moment. There's a free kick to Eastbourne just to see how Charlie Walker's doing. A couple of other Eastbourne players are stripped off and ready to come on. Referee just checking that Walker's alright. Is the difference in this particular game. It was a brilliant header they scored in the 5th minute of the match. From a Robinson cross that given the Seasiders the lead. Trey with a cross in, headed away by Goodliff. Ronaldo Innocent. Gravata loses possession there. And now, can they make the runs count? Ajiboye has support in the middle. Can't find it. Ajiboye skips away from Florin, and it's another crucial clearance once again. Sutton just need that goal to boost their confidence and short towards these last 20 minutes. They're having it their own way every time they go on the counter attack, but they're just not able to get past the last line of defence in the Eastbourne back line, or that back four, which is very solid, particularly since Florin's come on. Luer. Kendall, always upended then by Wyatt, free kick. Wyatt not pleased about that was Wyatt. He'd have felt that that foul was more or less an accident, but yeah, cheap. It's a cheap foul, as Mr. Duggan points out to me, to my left. Bit of a cheap foul. He wanted the referee to blow and got what he wished for. Did Kendall. So Charlie Walker, the captain, seems to take the set pieces as well. Is lining up this one. Best part of what, 23, 24 yards from goal, I would say. He's already got one tonight. It's quite a big wall he's got to get that over. Referee just checking they are the allotted 10 yards. You can see the tiny advantage Sutton are trying to make here. Walker with the free kick. Hits the crossbar venomously. Lands onto the roof of the net. Did get it's a good save there on the Giants keeper, who flicked it onto the crossbar on that occasion. Walker's free kick with venom behind it, and ultimately leads to the throw-in. Also got a corner, I should say. It's been a long game and a long day as well. Here it goes from Gravata towards the back post. A good attempt to flick it towards goal by Dickinson on that occasion, but has already gone out for a goal kick. Once again, though, threat is evident from Eastbourne from those set pieces, and that's something I'm sure, as Matt Gray, who, as I mentioned in the past, as a centre back, will be worried about. Now, a bit more of a worry is Goodliff here, who's clutching, I think, at his shoulder. And my assumption is, I think he's dislocated it, which I would be a little bit concerned about, which, as he is Sutton's best player to date in the back line. He played brilliantly last season in the centre half. Yeah, he doesn't look very bad, and I wouldn't be surprised if Matt is forced into making a change here, in bringing good old Craig Dundas on for this second half.
Can he play centre back?
Dundo can play where he likes.
Exactly my point.
He's a G.
According to, as Mr. Board points out to me, Matt Gray has Craig Dundas as a utility man, so he can play anywhere he can. He can play in the middle, he can play up front, he can even play in goal if you ask him to. But I think here, with the fact that Goodliff's has done his shoulder, by the sounds of it, or what we see, I should say, he will come off. So it will be Dundo time, everybody. 17 minutes for Sutton's finest player, I would say, longest serving player, to bring a little bit of energy to his back line. He should complement Kirby well in these final few minutes, but we do hope Ben's alright and that he recovers quickly. I do believe in the process of clearing the ball, he took the blow. So making, as we are about to see, the one and only change of the evening. Craig Dundas on for the injured Ben Goodliff. And as anticipated, he goes to the centre back. So, right on smile on Dundo's face as he comes onto the field. Gravata knocked that one out of play. Free kick throwing, I should say, to the use. I'm going to be interested to see how Dundo plays there. I've never seen him play at centre back before.
I've been told he's a striker. So
Yeah, that's what I thought. Football Manager tells me he's an attacking player. He's not supposed to be at the back, but I will not believe what it says. He plays everywhere. I will even train him to play centre back if I have to. Here he is now, Craig Dundas. Knocks that one back to the tryist keeper, who looks up the field. Flores headed down. Wasn't a convincing one. Sutton could try and profit from this, but Whelpdale's got possession. Gravata's nudged off it. Kendall's tried to make the ground up, but is offside. So, so very well there. So just great start. Already a 10 out of 10 performance from the big man at the back for Sutton. I think you can tell our excitement at the fact that he's just playing centre back tonight. Something which I'm sure we've seen. I'm sure my colleagues have seen before, but I haven't. But it's at least a blessing that I've now seen him play in every position. Goalkeeping change now for the Eastbourne Borough. Double change actually. Ravazoli's night is done, so Glover, who's the second keeper, has come on in his place. The other change for Eastbourne is number 17, which is Lambert. He has come on for Walker, whose work is done as well. But you're looking for the flick on, and Glover's work already getting to work as he wins the ball. That's why he scored. Glover's clearance, looking down the near side, he's got out of play for a throw into Eastbourne Borough. I have to say, even though it's not been Sutton's night, the game hasn't been too bad. Just the fact that Sutton are looking to see who they are, who is fit, and who can do a job in these pre-season games to make a difference in the start of the season. Long way to go though. Terrific touch by Bagil. Ultimately, his pass just a bit far wide, and so Eastbourne can see that one out. You saw the sublime and then the unfortunate there in one fell swoop. I could have said a different word, but I would do a disservice to Omar Bagil. Another change for Eastbourne, as I mentioned. They're keeping it traditional, and Volado Larson's work is done for the evening. He is coming off. His replacement. Again, I can't work it out because I can't see the numbers. We don't have the privilege of our electronic board. There we go, number 18 is K. Joe K is the number 18 who has come on for Volado Innocent. Trying to goalkeeper whacks that one out of play. Big call as well as he tries to chase that one down. Coming up to the final 10, 12 minutes to go. Sutton United have been relatively improved in terms of their attacking prowess in the second half, lacking the overall chances they need. Only just two of note, but one thing's for sure, if they can get something, I'd say a goal would boost the morale a little bit and make the score look a little bit more respectable. Okay. Looking upfield, managed to bring it down for Lambert, but he wasn't able to find it. Oh, awkward moment there. The ball trade back to Triumph's goalkeeper, and Kendall chased that one down brilliantly. Ultimately, Sutton have conceded the throw for that. The video, man. Gift at work.
No, yeah, I was saying James and a gift. Video's working fast and well.
Lambert running forward for Kendall to chase, but Kobe is there to cover. Triumph's goalkeeper has pressure coming, so he has to get out quickly towards Wyatt. Now to try this left wing. It's good work by the Triumph on the left wing at the moment. And then eventually one back there brilliantly by Blackmore. Ultimately, free kick has been given to Eastbourne. It's just been a disciplined performance by them tonight. And Sutton just needs to keep their nerve here. But last year, I believe, if I'm not wrong, Sutton didn't win all their pre-season games. They did lose a couple. So, again, it's another one. It's a learning curve for Matt Gray and his side. A huge cry is then by Folarin as the foul's been given for Eastbourne. They just seem to give the referee a lot of grief sometimes, but they have managed to get those free kicks. Glover with the Free kick for Eastbourne. We're in the final 10 minutes. Thumped up field. Tries fullback gets there first, but Whelpdale picks up the scraps for Eastbourne. Fullarin pings it forward. There was a shove in the back by Rowan Lambert then, but rolled straight through to the goalkeeper. Oh, so that is one very unhappy goalkeeper who's thumped that one out of play on the far side. He could, yeah, he's not happy, to be honest. I mean, from our point of view, we couldn't see it, but one thing for sure, we heard some cries and they were not happy ones. Kendall trying to play it forward. It has come off, I think. No, it hasn't. It did not come off a Sutton body on the way through. And Whelpdale was called offside. 9 to go. Hopefully the keeper can send this one where it should, but in fact, Eastbourne want to delay it. They want to throw on another substitute. And it's Ferry whose work he's done. He's played the entire game so far, 82 minutes, and now he's been told to call time on his day. He will now come off. And his replacement will be, we have to work out again who it is, because they have to switch their number. Turn your number to me, please. I can't literally turn the players' frame round, I'll have to work out who it is. He's got a challenge for a header, actually. Whelpdale flings it forward. Two going for one ball. Awkward moment. Gravata trying to put some pressure on the fullback, and then a free kick has been given for the foul by Gravata. Still working out who came on for Ferry. We got number 19. It's I believe it's Tom's. I can't tell by the handwriting. He's got stuck in there as Tom's, but yeah, Ferry off, Tom's on. Flicking it forward, out of play. Towns, okay. I'm just asking Mr. Duggan about the pronunciation of Towns. Foul has been given, ironically, on. Ironically, a foul has been given yet again on Eastbourne players. There's been too many of those. I wish we could stat pad them. Free kick to Eastbourne. Well, now much changed. Here's K. I'm going with Towns now, as it seems to be that the M that I'm trying to read is actually a W. They haven't written it particularly well, so it's pretty hard to make out what the Eastbourne officials have done in terms of giving us a team sheet. But alas, we work with what we have, I'm afraid. Hopefully we can get some more astute ones in the future. With this social distancing thing, we can't go to the main stand to pick up T-sheets because it's the red zone, sadly. Begin with the flick on. Foul has been given, I'm sure. Yeah, there we go. By Fullarin on the try list. 6 to go, I should say, towards the end of the game. In it goes. Bugil is there. Fullarin with an awkward clearance. That should be a goal kick, and it is. Did come off Bugil last. We are now touching the last 5 minutes of this pre-season friendly. There should not be any added time. So, unless the referee feels to do so, there have been a fair amount of substitutions and fouls in this game, holding up the pace of the match. Up it goes from Glover. Kendall with the flick on, but ultimately has gone out of play for another Sutton goal kick. So, goal kick coming from the trying keeper. Big header forward by Dickinson once again. Pressure coming, Blackmore clipped. It's been really aggressive in this Harry Sport tonight. Clear to see that they're not holding back anything, even if it is just a friendly. White doing well, pushing the pressure behind him, but Eastbourne not giving up in these final 5 minutes. Continuing to suppress Sutton. White going forward, a late challenge apparently, but nothing doing, the advantage has been given. And then a collision in the middle, and now a free kick has been given to Sutton. You can see the tension just kicking up a little bit as the try was fouled. 2 players down now, 1 each for Eastbourne and Sutton.
Kind of started it, didn't it? Quite rough.
Yeah, I would agree with you. It has started rather aggressively from both sides, to be honest. However, we're just seeing here as we reach the final stages, the level of intensity has got right back up again, as Sutton felt like they were under a lot of pressure and ultimately forced a foul from Eastbourne. Yet still, the intensity has not let up in this second half. Just waiting for both players to get back to their feet, which looks like they're all right. Lambert was the player down for Eastbourne and from an earlier challenge. The trying striker was the other player who was fouled, as you saw rather aggressively in a 50-50. But Sutton have the free kick. Bootsman with that free kick. Dundas is in the middle. Lambert heads it away. Ajiboye skipping away from the number 16 in Overton. Still does brilliantly. Does Ajiboye on that occasion, but Bagil's shot well off the mark. Yes, again, Sutton just doing their level best to keep the pressure on, but at this next stage, if they're not able to break into the penalty area, they will keep having pop shots from the edge of the box, and it just seems as if that's the sort of facilitation that Eastbourne are allowing. Pop shots from the edge of the area, nothing more. Looking at the sides, it looks like the only player left who's played the entire 90 minutes on the pitch for Eastbourne are Whelfdale and Dickinson, who started the game and are now going to finish it. Everyone else are all substitutes. Flicked on by Towns. Overton looking for Lamberts, but caught relatively well by the goalkeeper. Flings it out wide to Wyatt. Wyatt going long. Onside is the try striker. Folarin read the pass well, however, and nods that one out of play. 2 minutes to go. Wyatt will take that throw in. As soon as the ball went out of the fence, it's come back in again. And then gone back out again. So I need to keep the pressure on in these final couple of minutes. Let's see if they can get something. Oh, it's a loose pass though by Bagil, and now Kendall's in. Dundas as ever strong at the back. Beastman over the top, onside now. Flag stays down on the Charles on the left hand side. It's a penalty, surely. The flag has surely got to be a penalty. Yes, it is. A rather careless challenge by Blackmore then, and the referee has pointed to the spot. The Charles on the left wing has made an incredible run and crucially has scored a penalty back for Sutton here in the final minute. How about that? Some drama in the end of a friendly. Crucial that. So Sutton now have a chance to salvage something in this final minute. Captain Harry, can he make the difference here? 1 minute to go. It should be, hopefully, but we'll see what he can make of this. Up he goes and scores. Brilliant penalty. 1-1. Sutton do get something from the game, albeit very late on. And finally, they are on the score sheet with, 30 seconds of the match remaining? Brilliant penalty from Bootyman, confidently smashing it into the side netting and putting Sutton back into the game. Had to wait. So if you've all been waiting for a goal, you finally got one. I'm sorry it took about 80 minutes of your lifetime for it to happen, but good Lord, we finally got one. Sutton level. What is the end of the game going to be like? Whelpdale, Gravata. Kendall's trying to keep it going, but Dundas has won the header. Gravata wins the ball ahead of Ajiboye though. Folarin. going long now and tries to find the man on the far side. No added time. Sutton do salvage something here. They have picked up a draw tonight against a fairly robust Eastbourne Borough here at Gander Green Lane. The final score ending 1-1, but you have to say a lot of aggression, a lot of intensity and tempo about it. And fair enough, the scoreline in terms of Eastbourne doesn't do it justice, but at the end of the day, a draw is the right result for Sutton United, and they salvaged something tonight. They will take some heart from it, but some lessons are to be learned for Saturday afternoon's game against Eastbourne, against Haringey Borough at Coles Park in Tottenham on Saturday afternoon. But an impressive performance from the U's. Charlie Walker opened the scoring 0-4. Eastbourne thanks to a brilliant cross from Robinson on the near side here, smashing home a brilliant header and beating Buzanis in the net. It stayed like that for a lot of the game. So Silva had a chance, which was well saved by Ravazzoli. Sutton started the second half like a house on fire, but ultimately it was a penalty that gave them the goal they needed after the left Trias on the left wing darted into the penalty after a lovely long ball and was brought down in the end by Daniel Blackmore, seeing the referee point to the spot and eventually converted by Harry Buseman at the end. So 90 minutes are up, and well, I have to say, despite our hit shoot on our side, we tried our best to get it to you as soon as we could. We hope you did enjoy the stream tonight. Tricky as it may have been to bring it to you, but we've done it, and hopefully we can do this. We'll do this again on Saturday. That's where we'll be next at Coles Park Lane in Tottenham and Haringey for Haringey Borough versus Sutton United with fans. Thank goodness, people will be there. So we're glad that hopefully we'll be able to not only see you, whoever's going to the game there, but we'll also be able to see you on the live stream. So join us for that on Saturday afternoon. We'll go live at about 2:30. Give us a bit more time to prepare, hopefully have everything right. And then we'll bring you some more pre-game stuff, like some interview with Matt, and also some thoughts from one of the players as well. But that's it from me. Hopefully you've enjoyed the stream tonight. It's been a challenging one for all of us. But one thing is for sure, we've learned the hard way that doing a stream is never easy. But we will definitely make a difference. It will make a difference in the future to get some stuff right. But for now, we thank you for being with us here at Scanderbury Lane. Until the next one this Saturday, we'll see you very soon. Until then, thank you and good night.
Have you got the Bruce one? Alright, sweet.
Give it a few seconds to transition to the other screen.
Yeah. Second half, 10 to it.